Right? At first I thought it was an accident. I said, oh my God, like, you know, guys that work in the apartment. I said, oh my God, look at this, a plane crashed into the World Trade Center. I said, oh shit. We all ran to the window and you could see the big gaping hole. So we're watching the smoke and everything, people were waving stuff out the window. And as we were watching it, police helicopters arrived on the scene. And we're watching, and all of a sudden you see this big jet airliner come swinging around the far end. And I'm looking at it, you know, real puzzled. And it just hit the far end. And you can see the fireball blew out about 4 blocks long, you know, into the other tower. And we're like, oh my God. And then like everything was in flames, you know. And at that point we knew pretty much it was a terrorist attack. At first we thought it was like an accident, but after the second plane we knew it was like it was something planned. We were saying, oh my God, and all these people were waving things out the windows, and then bodies started falling from the higher heights, you know. And you know, we were just in awe, like, you know, the whole job site shut down. People were just staring out the window like with a dumb look on their face, like, and every time people were falling out of the building, we were like, oh God, there goes somebody else. I watched this one woman waving something out the window for about a half an hour, and like, you know, my sights were hooked on her, and eventually she just went out the window.
Did she fall or jump?
She jumped, you know, because the flames just reached to her. They
Right.
just built its way over, and we were watching it for a while. And then we're watching it, you can see the metal spewing out from the corner of the one building where the big jet hit.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the second tower that was hit. And you can see the metal actually pouring out of the corner of the building. I said, oh my God, you know, that's bad. And that's when that collapsed. It just like tilted over to the left from my point of view. And then it was gone. Right, and at that point, everybody was just on the job saying, oh my God, this and that. Everybody's screaming, cursing, using foul language, right? So we're watching it, and after that happened, I went downstairs. I made a phone call. My brother-in-law is a police officer. I thought maybe he responded to the scene, and I just wanted to see if I can get in touch with home to make sure he wasn't there when the collapse took place. I couldn't get through at that point. I went back upstairs. And I was watching it, and I was sitting there with a couple of fellas. We're going, oh my God, and just watching people fall out the building. I mean, like, they were like jumping. I mean, like body after body. It was like 20, 30 people. Oh, it's one after another. You know, so, you know, we're getting all upset. But, you know, you couldn't help but, like, you know, look and, you know, in awe. Then there was a big bright line across the middle of the building. You knew the fire was intense because it was burning for a while, and it reached all the way across that portion of the building. And I said to one of the guys, I says, that's going to go, man. That steel's been heating for a long time, you know. And within 10 to 20 minutes after the first collapse, it just went down. The big tower just dropped straight down, and it was like a corner of the building that stayed up, about 15 to 16 stories, and then that just dropped. Was gone, and we all nobody said nothing. We just looked, you know, and we said, that's it, you know, I'm not working for the rest of the day. Shut the job site down. You know. I came over to meet my friend. I said, I finally got in touch with my brother-in-law. I called up his precinct. He was all right. He came down looking for me, so I left a message for him.
Where is he working? He's a cop?
Yeah, he's a lieutenant over in the 6th Squad.
Which is the 6th Squad?
6th Squad up in the 6th Precinct.
Which precinct is that?
6th Precinct.
Which streets are those?
That's West 10th Street.
Okay. So was he called down there?
Well, he was on his way into work.
Uh-huh.
He was coming out of the tunnel. I think it was right after the second plane hit. And there was like a lot of shit going on. He grabbed an injured officer, put him in his car, and he says, I'll send somebody for you. He says, I gotta go to my command. He left the car there. He got about 5 to 10 blocks away, and he noticed the building collapsed, so he doesn't know what happened. If the guy was in the car, or if the building collapsed onto the car, and the cop was still in the car, you know, but he don't know, you know. he just, right now, nobody knows nothing about what happened to him. All he knows is he left the car there on the scene. And right now, he's just at the command, so that's all I know. And then I finally was able to get in touch with my family, and my sister got the kids from school. She was a wreck, and my other sister's a nurse. They called her into work. The whole city's in like, an uproar. We just went down to have something to eat, and people were just glued around the television set, just like watching, and like about all the things that took place all up and down the Eastern Seaboard, right? And like a planned attack like this, and people are outraged. I mean, the American people are friggin' outraged. I mean, as far as you can look at things in the past and say, hey, okay, let's try to come to a settlement and let's see what we can do about things, That's not going to happen, because I think the final nail's been driven in, I think if you're suspected of being involved, hey, listen, that's it. People like that, they got to go away, I don't think the American people are going to stand for it. It's sickening. It's sickening. Enough is enough. These cowards got to go away. I mean, like, you want to see cruelty? Hey, I'm sorry to say so. I mean, I wish things could really work out for everybody. But hey, when you do things like this, hey, listen, you got to pay the price. The Japanese said it during the Second World War. You walk in a sleeping giant, the giant's awake again. And the giant's going to take care of business now. And we ain't having it. This is going to end. This is going to end right now. I'm telling you. You'll see recruitment's office, lines. You'll see lines. The American people are sick. Sick and tired, and they're not going to stand up for this. This is the one rally point. A lot of discussions and debates could take place, but this is the point. This is not going to happen again. You want to play games? We're going to show you games. We won't stand for this. The American people are finally going to come together and take care of business. This will not be allowed to happen anymore.